What's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today, it is day number 1 of the Supreme Elhain fusion. So if you just navigate to the portal and click right here, you can see that you can start collecting fragments for this champion. Now, always on the channel, if you're new here, we always like to do a deep breakdown on the fragment event calendar and kind of mark it up in an artistic way, hopefully, and hopefully give you guys some pointers and tips to take down your fusions in the most efficient way. Also, before we get started, I just want to bring up the news page because there is some little things in here that I wanted to discuss. So you can head into this news tab and it'll have all of the events and how many fragments that are available within each of the tournaments, just as an easy way to relate to. And by clicking the details button below, it will take you to the event calendar, which I'm going to show you guys today. On top of that, there is a 4th anniversary gift, but it's not kind of a gift. It's a bit weird, if I'm honest. It says, as part of our anniversary activities, you will have the chance to get legendary versions of the starter champions, Supreme Elhain, Kayle, Gallic, and Elhain. And for those who earn all 4 champions, you'll also receive a special gift after the anniversary celebrations end. So there'll be rank 5 chickens, legendary skill tomes, Void Brews, 50 multi-battle attempts times 5, energy refills times 5, and 500,000 silver. Don't miss out on this chance to take part in anniversary activities and get 4 awesome Void Legendary Champions and receive a special gift. Now, I'm not sure exactly what they mean by earn here, because traditionally they'll be at a top of a champion train tournament or a top of a champion chase, right? Or maybe like a global leaderboard thing. I'm not sure how attainable these champions will be, but maybe stay tuned on the channel, guys, and whenever one pops up, I'll be sure to make a video or do a post to my community page there. But let me know what you guys think about this. I think this is very underwhelming rewards. To get 4 Void Legendary Champions is going to be a big task, even if there is a way to earn them. And I don't think it might be available to all players like a fusion is, right? But yeah, interesting. I don't think we've ever seen this before. I thought I'd just bring that up for you guys so you can pay close attention to your events and tournaments. And you might see one of these champions in there and maybe get yourself a Supreme Gallic or a Supreme Kayle or something if it's easier in your brackets. But okay, let's just bring up the actual event calendar now and do the deep breakdown. So here we go, guys. Now, as you see here, I'm just going to move myself for a second so you can see exactly what's going on. I'm not going to block it for the whole time. But if you look in the bottom left corner, tournaments, there is 55 available. Events, there is 55 available, and then there's 40 from tournament leaderboards, meaning that you're placing on like the top or the second place within those brackets. And that is a great way if you happen to miss a tournament somewhere, or you might get lucky and push for something else, so you don't have to participate in the ends of the summoning ones, right? So you just got to plan accordingly, but just remember that all comes down to RNG, and I would never recommend banking on the top place fragments. It's just better if you get it by luck, right? By just farming regularly. But in total, there is 110 available, meaning that you can drop off from 10 of the fragments from any of these events and still be able to get this fusion done. One other thing, just before we get into this, is remember with the previous fusions, there's starting to be like an inflation on how many points that we need to take down the summon rush, okay? So just know, if you're planning to go for this fusion, just bear that in the back of your mind, that it might be a bit more tedious than it was maybe a year ago. And just make sure that you've been saving up your shards and not getting carried away on this weekend, because we do have a 2x Sacreds today, a 2x Voids tomorrow, and then there is a 2x Ancients on Sunday. So even if you was planning to summon your shards, make sure you're summoning the right ones on the right days and still keep enough to do the summon rush, guys, okay? Which traditionally, I always see around 7 Sacreds is like a safe place to be at. But if you do participate in everything else and you might get a top of a leaderboard, you might not need to hit the second batch of the summon rush event points there. But it's always good just to be prepared, just in case, so you don't fall short. And that's the last thing that I'd wish for you guys. So okay, let me just get my favorite color up. We're gonna get the red, of course, the YST's colors, and let's just break this down. So today, on the Friday, March 10th, the Champion Chase tournament has now kicked off. So for anybody who has Sacred Shards, you're probably gonna be trying to get some legendary champions. And once you max up the milestone rewards, I would say just cut it off there. If all you care about is these fusion points, just try and mid-max and save as much resources for later on as well. But of course, it might want to push a little bit extra towards those legendary skill tomes as well. But we'll have a look at that towards the end of this video. The Dungeon Divers also kicks off today. But just remember, nothing else is here to coincide with this. So I would say don't participate in that today. And wait until tomorrow when the Spider Tournament drops on March 11th. And that way you'll be able to double dip here, right? And you can put all of those points into the Dungeon Divers and start to min-max your points alongside a Artifact Enhancement 1. Now, the best ways to do this is traditionally prepare some of your gear in advance, right? Take stuff up to 12, take stuff up to 16, and really trying to get those points there. Also, shortly after on the Sunday, we will now be kicking off with the Classic Arena Takedown and a Champion Training Tournament. Now, the Champion Training also does coincide with the Dungeon Divers event right here. So, if you fall short on the Spider one, in terms of Dungeon Divers, you could potentially do some campaign battles, right? For the Champion Training. Let me just take that one off. It looks absolutely terrible. Wait. No. There we go. I was like, what? Why is it not erasing there? But yeah, you can actually, if we could draw a straight line, YST. There we go. You can double dip there with some points if you're planning to do some campaign battles, just to finish off anything that you might have left off with the Spider Tournament. Now, just as the Dungeon Divers ends right here on the Tuesday morning, the Dragon Tournament will be coming live in full effect. But one big takeaway from this one is that there's no double dipping in terms of points. And I know you guys love the double dips, the triple dips, the quadruple dips. But this is basically just do the tournament, get your points, and leave it there, guys. Because there's no point trying to push extra unless you're trying to get the bonus 5 fragments that you can see right here. And that is available from most of them, right? Also, Classic Arena Takedown is pretty self-explanatory. You just farm your Classic Arena battles, get your rewards, and usually one of the easiest from the bunch. Granted, you've got a good farmable team that you can farm on a daily basis. And one good thing about Arena is you can max up your Great Hoover a little bit, right? And kind of optimize there, so always a big fan of that one. Okay, let's go into phase 2. We're going to go into orange, guys. Now, we're also... Okay, this is interesting, guys. So, there's not a big layoff between these two. So, Artifact Enhancement 2 will start literally, like, there's going to be 2 days here. So, Tuesday, Wednesday, and straight into Thursday, back into an Artifact Enhancement again. So, over here, once again, you need to be preparing your silver. And because we're going to be farming a lot of Spider, there might be some stuff in there that you don't want, right? So, Spider's one of the best ways to gain your silver, and that can maybe help you afford some of these tedious events here. On top of that, we'll be expecting the Summon Rush next week. Traditionally, it is a 10x event, but we're not sure exactly what they've got planned for us in terms of summoning for the anniversary, right? Might have something quirky, very similar to this weekend with the 2x of different shards on every single day, but we'll probably find some news about that throughout the week. So that's the Summon Rush, and that is going to have 20 points in it. It just depends how they set this up. Like, will it be 5 fragments at the start and 15 later? Will it be 5, 5, and then 10? Like 3 different brackets within the same one? Because if it's spread out that way, you could afford to miss out on 10. But this is the thing. You can never prepare or think like that anymore. Because you just don't know. You just don't know. Okay, so Ice Golem Tournament comes in here. Okay. But once again, guys, there's no Dungeon Divers. It's over here. It's very odd. It is very odd. Like, this one here, I felt like should have been maybe around here somewhere. What do you guys think? Because if it was around here, you'll be able to have a bit of lead-in. Like, let's just say this was pushed 2 days back. You'd have a little bit of a lead-in from the Fire Knight. You'd be able to double-dip all of your Ice Golem. But it seems like the Dragon Tournament, right? The Ice Golem and the Fire Knight don't have any form of Dungeon Divers with them. And that's very, very weird, considering they're all Dungeon Tournaments, right? But you guys let me know what you think about that. I'm pretty sure usually there's at least maybe one that doesn't have it. But to have 3 events or 3 tournaments, all being dungeons, not coinciding with any Dungeon Divers, means that you won't be able to optimize your points there. There is going to be one bit of overlay here, just as the Dungeon Divers 2 starts, sorry. So that could be one upside, I guess. And then you can finish it off here with the Champion Training event, which I still can't draw. Here we go. We're going in for round 2 again. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible. But yeah, that's probably the only thing you can do is finite, champion training, and if you don't want to do a bunch of campaign battles and stuff like that, and you're just one of those players that like to brew up everything, then you might just have to look towards farming everything on that Thursday, right? Once this starts. Or just farm other stuff that you want to do, pretty much. I don't know, guys, because it's very hard to recommend. You've literally got 1 day of leeway to double dip in terms of events, so what can we do, right? What can we do? So just to conclude, guys, champion chase, make sure you guys are optimizing points, double dip where you can, pay close attention to how much silver you've got, prepare some of your gear in the meantime, don't just be ranking up to like 12s and 16 when there's no tournaments on, or events, sorry. And then with these ones here, I would say just get the max rewards in terms of fragments and just leave it there. Save your resources because you're going to need it later on. Classic arenas, pay close attention to that. Usually you can get them done in a day or two. They're not too tedious as long as you stay on top of your refreshes every day. Finite, do some of it, but just make sure that you potentially double dip here on this Thursday as the Dungeon Divers 2 kicks off. And then finish it off with the champion training. And good luck to everybody that is participating in the Supreme Elhain fusion. I don't want to sway anyone's opinions. I've kind of voiced my opinions on this champion in the past. If you guys do want to drop a subscription, I will be doing a showcase on this champion. I was just waiting for everybody else to do their videos, I guess. I felt like there was loads going out there. So I just wanted to settle, make sure that I'm not jumping towards conclusions, test play a little bit more, and then put out a guide that I'm happy with, pretty much. So let me just pull up the Raid Shadow Legends once again. So we take this off. So I just wanted to have a quick look with you guys on the Champion Chase tournament. And let's just see how it's looking so far. So you got 3,200 points, okay, in order to get the 15 fragments. This is a good thing that they put the Voids and the Ancients in there because you'll be able to get a lot more epics, right? And if you're able to get, what is that? 4, 8, 12... This is 250 points, right? It's still a lot, but this is where, guys, if you've been saving up previous fragment fusions, you'll be able to use those now and start using them towards your points as well, whether that be Doom Tower champions, epic champions from the daily login reward program, or just fusions that you participated in the past and you've not used them yet, will all come into fruition when you're trying to optimize these points here. And of course, getting those legendary champions is going to get you a lot more points. But as you see here, it is... What is this? Void Champions 50 for a rare, 350 for an epic, and 650 for a legendary champion. And then, of course, here is a 1 and 1 for uncommons and common champs, 10 for rares, 250 for epics, and 500 for legendaries. You're going to get very tempted by these legendary skill tomes, which do hold a great value in this game. It's just... It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. Let's see if we got, whilst this video is kind of on, let's see if we get anything cool from the clan boss, because... then I'll be up to summon a Sacred Shard in this video, right? Oh, there we go. Great way to wrap up the video. Let's go. Can we get a legendary champion? And a Void Shard, okay. I don't have a bunch, right? But we do have one. One shard in a dream. Can we do it, guys? Hopefully. Send me that love and support and energy. Let's go. Who are we going to get? An epic champion, and we got a Captain Tamiya. Not what I'm looking for, but that's the aim of the game, right? I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you do find this kind of stuff useful. And I wish you all the best on your Supreme Elhain fusion. And yeah, look forward to seeing all of you guys using her in the arena if you get her and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you on a video soon. Peace.